Disney operates in several business segments ranging from films to merchandise. These include media networks, parks and resorts, studios, entertainments, and consumer products and interactive media. Some examples of products by Disney you may recognize are their movies such as Walt Disney Pictures, hotels like the Disneyland Resort, and their new streaming service Disney Plus. In 2019, total revenue has amounted to $71 billion, with $50 billion coming from parks, experiences, products, and media networks, while studio, entertainment, and interactive media amounted to $20 billion together. As we can see, Disney is a well-diversified company with holdings in many industries. Many of these range from networks, hotels, amusement parks, and consumer services. Some names you may recognize are those such as ABC, ESPN, Marvel Studios, and the newly acquired Hulu, in which they have a 30% stake in. Since Disney is a well-diversified company, there are many competitors in the several business segments that they operate in. These include the following displayed. They all include networks, amusement parks, film, and a competitor in Netflix after Disney launched their own streaming service. Amongst competitors, Disney currently has the highest value of $192.5 billion in market capitalization, with Netflix being a close second at $190.37 billion and Comcast coming in third at $173.4 billion. Here we have a chart displaying the value of Disney and its top competitors from the previous 5 years until today. With today's current conditions, Disney may continue to lose value due to complications in operations being shut down in certain business segments. On March 19, 2019, Disney had a $71.3 billion acquisition of 21st Century Fox. Along with the acquisition, Disney was able to capture Fox's streaming service, Hulu, in which they own 30% of it today. This merger eliminated a major competitor as well as helping capture market share in the US film industry. In 2019, Disney had a 33% market share in the film industry. With the acquisition of Fox, Disney has increased market share to nearly 40%, which has helped them become a dominant force in the film industry. After the acquisition of 21st Century Fox, it was renamed to 21st Century Studios. As we move on, we look into Disney's VRIO framework. In financial resources, Disney has a competitive advantage as it fills all areas of VRIO. Particularly in imitability, new entrants would require similar profits over a prolonged period of time in order to accumulate the amounts of Disney's financial resources. Disney does not have a competitive advantage in employees, as its employees are imitable and not costly to replicate. Meanwhile, Disney does have a competitive advantage in patents, as they are valuable and rare due to them being inimitable, because you cannot legally copy a patent such as those owned by Disney's, which include several products and many of their merchandise. Media and networks, parks and resorts, and studio entertainment all show to have a competitive advantage as they all fill the areas of VRIO. Each of these resources and capabilities display the uniqueness and value to the company that differentiates itself from the competition. Media networks continue to be a popular choice for viewers of all ages. Parks and resorts attract many from around the globe, especially now with Disney's international presence in amusement parks. And along with that, studio entertainment with films that have many adoring fans who have followed Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm since childhood.
And I am going to talk about the quarter's five forces. I'll start off with threat of new entrants. Threat of new entrants brings new ways of doing things and put pressure on Disney through lower pricing strategy, reducing costs, and providing new value proposition to the customers. Low switching costs make it easy for customers to move away from Disney and towards new entrants, thereby imposing a strong force in the industry environment. However, high capital costs is an external factor that weakens the intensity of this force. For example, new firms need high capitalizations to succeed in competing against established firms. In relation, the high cost of brand development is an entry barrier. New entrants find it difficult to compete based on brand, considering the company's strong global brand. Moving on to bargaining powers of buyers. Normally, buyers are demanding a lot. They want to buy the best product as and pay as less price as possible. Low switching costs may make it easier for customers to switch or transfer from one provider to another. For example, customers can easily switch from Disney movie to another competing movies industry. Customer moderate price sensitivity imposes a moderate force on the strategic success of Disney. Also, the moderate ability to substitute has a correspondingly moderate contribution to the intensity of customers' power in the business environment. Therefore, this component of the five forces analysis underline business strategies for retaining Disney customers amid competition in global market. For that of substitute products, when a new product or service meets a similar customer needs in different way, industry profitability suffers. For example, services like Zoom and Skype are substitutes to audio and video conferencing service. The threat of substitute product or service is high if it offers a value proposition that is uniquely different from present offerings of the industry. The more availability of substitutes is an external factor that more greatly intens- intensify the threat of substitution of Disney global industry environment. Customers have a moderate number of substitute options. Also, moderate substitute performance to price ratio leads to moderate customer satisfaction in using substitutes to products from companies like Disney. The moderate variety of substitutes supports the moderate intensity of this force in this external analysis. A higher variety would make it less likely for customers to move away from substitutes in the business environment. Bargain, uh, bargain power of suppliers. Most companies in the entertainment industry buy their raw material from numerous suppliers. Supplier in dominant position can decrease the margins that Disney can earn in the market. Disney deals with large population suppliers, which correspond to the weak intensity of suppliers' bargaining power. For example, one supplier cannot affect the industry because there are many other suppliers available that Disney can choose from. Similarly, high overall supply prevents supplier from easily affecting the corporation's strategic management success. On the other hand, moderate variety only moderately empowers suppliers in imposing demands on Walt Disney Company and other players in the amusement parks, media and entertainment industry. If the rivalry among the existing players in an industry is intense, then it will drive down prices and decrease the overall profitability of the industry. The many firms in the market directly translate to strong competitions that Disney experiences. High aggressiveness of the firm strengthens the intensity of competitions in the industry. For example, aggressive companies that produce high quality animated firms aggressively compete against Disney animation studios. This condition makes the industry environment competitive. On the other hand, moderate differentiation contributes to competitive rivalry, although only moderately. This external analysis points to firm aggressiveness and populations as the most significant strategic management issue with regard to the level of competitions.